Obviously, a tough finish to a tough weekend, and just a tough week in general.
Very tough.
At maybe a kind of an inopportune time. What would be your overall assessment of the week and weekend?
It was frustrating because we came off of a really, really good week where we went 4-0, and 3 of those wins were on the road, and wanted to keep that momentum going, but we didn't. We just really, all 3 areas, we were just okay, and when you got a chance to win one of these games on the road, we missed that opportunity. And give them credit, man, they're really good. Obviously they won the other division already with still a weekend to go, and but I believe in these guys, and so let's use this as you hope a turning moment. This is a couple huge weeks ahead of us, not to get ahead of ourselves, because Indiana's always a good opponent and a good local rivalry, and just glad we're at home. Glad we got 4 more games at home, so I'm kind of looking forward to this week.
A lot of conversation in the outfield today. What was the messages out there?
I think it's always how do we get better on the mound, and how do we get better, offensively and defensively. And so, let's never blame one person or one group of the team. We're all accountable. We're all responsible. We got to be able to do more. So, in the last week where, we pitched okay, but didn't pitch good enough to win, and offensively we were just okay, but not great. We just addressed some things and challenged some guys, and you just want to be real with them. You don't want to beat them down, but you don't want to pat them on the back. Everything's going to be okay. This is real, and this is a lot of people put a lot on the line for this. So you just want to make sure they're all in, and they're tough enough to handle it. They should know. We've talked about this all year, man. It's there's only a few teams that feel like they're rolling, and even those few teams have had some tough weekends the last couple weekends. So there's 290 plus other teams that are kind of going through the ups and downs, and as I've said, we're still alive. It's kind of been our theme this year. I'd like to thrive a little more, but we've been alive all year, and a part of that is now because we got 6 games left, 4 at home and then 2 in the tournament, and obviously I feel like we control our own destiny if we have more than that. So let's address those areas and be prepared to play our best.
And what do you do specifically to address those areas? Like, in your mind, what are the things that you can do to better yourselves in those 3 areas?
Yeah, it's I don't want to take up all your recording time. It's there's a list of things on the pitching side obviously we could do, and there's a list of things on the position player side that we need to do. But I just want to make sure they know what it is we need to do, and address those things. So it's an exciting week because you go 6 straight days, 4 games in 6 days, with the 2 practices in between. So you just want them to mentally and physically prepare to play good baseball.
With knowing what you kind of essentially need to do, you need, win-loss wise these last, week or 2, how do you keep yourselves from getting ahead of yourselves or looking at it in that way and staying in the moment necessarily?
Yeah, we talk a lot about, you know who you are, and they know I'm not a social media person. It's not about what other people say about you. Your resume is your resume, and I think we're good enough to beat anybody in the country. So you just want them to trust their ability, prepare to play good baseball, and the way the league is, and the depth and the talent, and I feel like we're a postseason team, but we still got a lot of baseball left to play. So and not afraid to talk about the postseason, because I think they know the Tuesday game in February, and the Friday game in March, and the Saturday game in April, the Sunday game in May. I don't know if they could ever say, well, we made more of a big deal out of that game than we did the February game. Like we treat every game like it's the Super Bowl, like it's a postseason game, which is why I think our program's had a lot of success in the postseason. Just how you respect the game and how you go about it. So we're not going to do anything different this week. I mean, we try to make smart decisions as coaches. What do their bodies need and what drills we need to work on? But you know, the speeches aren't going to change and the messages aren't going to change. It's just, can we click, put it all together, and play our best baseball at this time of the year? Because ultimately, that's what everybody remembers. You know, everybody remembers the postseason. I mean, there are some regular seasons that are great, and I don't ever want to look past them. Win an ACC championship, be a regional host. I mean, those are great accomplishments. So I would never downplay those. But you know, you're judged a lot by your postseason success, and I think we put ourselves in a pretty good spot. I mean, yeah, you always like to be a little more comfortable, but 4 games left and 2 in the conference tournament, and let's see how the chips fall.
Great. Thank you, Coach.